On the downside, it means there is a butthole directly in front of your doorway. They kind of break even, really.
So, again, for the wombat thing, I don't know if you're referencing the ouroborus, like it seemed you were doing with the eels, when you were talking about their heads being two-thirds of, bending their heads down to face their own assholes, two-thirds of the way down their bodies. It seems like you're making a similar reference, an asshole right in front of your face here. So it could be a reference to the ouroborus, which would that imply that you're saying never be the ouroborus, if that's the case. Why never be the ouroborus? Isn't that supposed to be the first most primordial being? The oversoul? Isn't that supposed to be the true light that exists within all of us and that we all exist within? That's, as far as I understand it, that's what the ouroborus represents. The snake eating its own tail. It represents all things and the first primordial being. So I don't know. It's all right, Wizard. My cat Wizard's been scratching at me, trying to get lovin's. You're all right. I love you. All right. Yeah, and then, I mean, I also then, I don't know which of my questions you're trying to answer. And is the get off your lazy ass and Google it thing, about Ziegen? There, I Googled it. That's, they told me on Google that's how you pronounce your dad's hometown. Maybe it's wrong, I don't know. Ziegen. So again, please do try to differentiate between lazy and depressed and being hopeless, feeling hopeless, feeling that there's no point. It would be really fucked up and unfair of you people to raise sweet little girls on Disney and tell them they're going to be princesses, and turns out you can't have your happily ever after or anything. You can't have it at all, because in order to have something resembling a happily ever after, you have to sell your soul to evil and be willing to hurt children. And if you're not willing to do that, you're going to be so worked to the bone as a slave. Like, you won't have any time to raise kids. Like, just things won't turn out well for you. I'm sorry, that just makes me feel hopeless. That feels like a trap. If this were a fair game, then it should be that people can become just as monetarily successful as you and breathe easy knowing that they're going to eat good food and have self-sovereignty and such without having to join some kind of a child rape club or some club of evil people willing to do evil things. I don't know how to get around seeing that. It's just being one great big trap. And seeing all of this as like a place that could have been lovely, that's been made spoiled by a few people. That have amassed so much power at this point that it's like you just can't get out. Except with death, maybe, like. But then again, like, then you also can't have what you want. If your deepest soul wish is to be a mommy and have babies and raise them correctly, and protect them from being raped, at least while they're children and underage minors, well then, like, it's an impossibility. You guys have made it an impossibility. And any good mother, like, that's what she wants. Like, that's a real mom. So again, it seems like you're just destroying the very essence of motherhood. And as far as I understand it, that's another thing the ouroborus represents, is the mother. Are you saying you'll never be the back wombat, you'll never be the ouroborus? Or you're saying you'll never go back to the oversoul? Like, again, I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're saying. So let's just boil it down to this question. Have you or your family or associates been attempting or succeeding at harming me? Or have you been attempting or succeeding at manipulating me into harming myself? Are you guys trying to get me to hurt myself? Are you trying to go out of your way? Again, it seems like you're going out of your way to try to interfere with me one way or the other with Thomas Pallone. Doesn't seem that way. It's very apparent. With the Thomas Pallone incident, that is the case. Clearly, you went out of your way to try and interfere with me. As to the purpose, it's like, and again, it's like, I know I can do the self-control thing. I have to have the will. And why should I want to be like you people if you don't have the guts to look me in the eye and give me these explanations in person? That's so cowardice. Like, why would I want to be a coward like you? You're asking me to join the League of Cowards, or you were asking me to join the League of Cowards? That doesn't sound tempting. How is that any better than being the ouroborus? Being a member of the League of Cowards. Child raping cowards. Like, how is that any better? But again, let's just take this at a baby's pace. Frickin' toddler in kindergartner's pace, because you don't know how to just be a man. Just fucking explain it to me like a normal person does with a conversation. Have you been trying to hurt me? You know what I mean by all of that. I should not have to specially word it to cut out loopholes and so on and so forth. You know what I mean, and you will answer me accordingly with your next video. Have you been trying to harm me in any way or manipulate me into harming myself? And with your answer to that, I'll know for sure and certain if I should just tell you to go fuck yourself. And just continue my investigations without second guessing, like, am I doing the right thing? Maybe I'm making a mistake. I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading him. I don't get, like, what's the deal? So yeah, there's my question. Forget about all my other questions. Let's start fresh with this one. Have you been trying to hurt me? Are you planning to hurt me in some way? Is this cute enough for you? I'm so sorry. Also, I didn't realize I had to be cute for you. It's a cute little girl. Instead of a woman holding you accountable and asking you questions and asking for straightforward answers. No, we have to wade through this, pick through this carpet of crabs of having to answer questions like an adult man, like, and explain ourselves and give reasonable motives and such, like. Oh, I'm sorry. Being a woman, it's no fun for anybody, huh? You think this is fun for me? It's not fun. I don't know where you got it in your heads. It's all supposed to be fun and games. And again, if you can't handle this, if you can't handle a chick who you've done many things who like that can easily be construed as you're my enemy, you're trying to hurt me. If you can't handle her turning around and being a bit mean and nasty to you, like, that's totally fucking understandable. You can't handle that. And you can't handle her getting specific with you and asking you to give specific explanations in a real grown-up adult man way. You can't handle that, then I'm not talking to a man. I'm talking to a child. And again, it's like, why do I want to join up with the Island of Lost Children? Misfit kids? What? Maybe you took a vow never to speak of it to somebody. I don't know. But, like, there's got to be a loophole. You're good at finding loopholes, right? Find one, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. So, the question stands. Have you been trying to hurt me? Do you have plans to hurt me? Or manipulate me into hurting myself? And let's leave it there.